So, you've heard about SCP Pandemic, and now you look at this video and you're wondering, what in the world is coming with this game? What can we expect? And what else are we going to get into? Well, I'm here to help you out. I have a Q&A that the developers made on August 1st that I'm going to share with you here on this video. Now, I'm going to break it down easy for you guys to digest. It's going to be a very short video so that you guys can go on about your day. And if you want more information about SCP Pandemic, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more content. Now, if you guys would like to support this game and help them reach their fundraising goals, I left a link in the description box to their Kickstarter where you guys will be able to support them in any kind of way. Also, special shout out to the developers for providing me with special access to their most current build of the game, and that is the game footage you're watching in the background. So, without further ado, let's dive right into this video, and I hope you enjoy. Alright, so I'm only going to give you the answers to the questions they had, that way this video is not extremely long. So let's go. Number 1, workshop tables will be available throughout the map, giving you the ability to customize your weapons the way you want. Now, the developers did mention that they want the weapon system customization to be like those of Tarkov, but not as in depth as they go. So, you can expect your weapons to be pretty customizable, just not to the level of Tarkov, but pretty similar. No matter if you're playing by yourself or in co-op mode, you will have to complete different objectives as you play through the levels. For those that are wondering if you'll be able to run this game on your current PC build, the developers mentioned that they are working on optimizing the game so it can run on less powerful PCs. They also added that they're not making any promises, so make sure you keep that in mind. There will be in-game chat, as well as a global radio system, proximity chat, and a VoIP system overall. In the future, you will have the ability to slightly customize your characters as you wish. Now, the developers did express throughout the live stream that they want this game to stay as tactically and realistic looking as possible, aside from the SCP elements that you guys are going to face. When you guys are joining a game, you're not going to be locked down to a specific character or a specific role for you to play. Mounted weapons such as LMGs are planned for the future. When you manage to get yourself into a room, you don't have to worry about the enemies breaking it down because that is not currently planned for the game, but it could be considered. Depending on the area that you're in, will determine which enemies you go against and what variations. There will be multiple maps with different game modes for you to play on. Some of those maps will be cornered off and made into a separate game mode on its own. Although this is currently not in the game or under development, the developers have mentioned that they're talking about bringing AI enemies that carry weapons as well. In the future, you might be able to mod the game, but the developers said that they're not making any promises. When you're playing the same map over and over again, you might notice that some of the layout changes, but not enough to make a huge difference. The game already supports controllers for you guys to play the game. For those that want to challenge each other, there is a PvP and PvE mode planned for the game. The developers are still discussing if they want to add a leveling system to the game or not. Once the game goes into early access, it's going to be worth $20. Now, after the full release of the game is released, it will bump up to $30 for you guys to get your hands on it. If by some chance you guys end up back in the game throughout their Kickstarter, you will have access to it a month early before everyone else. You will have access to a shooting range that allows you to test out all your different weapons and attachments before you deploy into a game. Although the developers do not plan on adding an anti-cheat system, it's going to be up to the server owner what they want to do. When the game first releases, there should be 4 to 5 game modes available for you to play, with more to come in the future. Be careful just how much noise you make because enemies and hordes will have the ability to detect sound. You will have the ability to host a server on your own local PC to play the game. The developers frowned upon microtransactions and plan on adding events for you to complete in order to earn what you want. If you own your own server, you will be able to disable any cosmetics as you wish. This comes in handy if you guys are trying to keep it to a certain look or level of realism. And last but not least, you're not going to be able to play as an SCP character. Alright, so instead of you guys reading it, I wanted to provide this video for you. I know it was a lot of information, so if you have to watch it again, just go ahead and replay the video, and I hope you find it useful. Alright guys, without further ado, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. I will be covering this game extensively, so make sure you keep track of it right here with me. Now without further ado, I'll see you on the next video.